What's up guys, it's BlankFace's here, and today we are going to be reading retarded comments. Yes, I know why you're asking why retarded questions. Where did you find them? Well, let me tell you why. The internet is a very big place and it didn't take me long to find all of this shit, so I decided I'll read all these questions and I'll answer them the best that I can. Let's get right into it. Question number 1. Who closes the door when the bus driver gets off? It's simple. As you all know, when a passenger gets off, the bus driver presses the button under his seat to open the door, then presses it again to close it. But when the driver gets off, he presses the button, gets off, and there's another little switch to the side of the door which is clearly visible if you enter the bus though. He presses it and the door closes itself. Can blind people see their dreams? Can blind people see? That is the real question. Can they see anything at all? No, they're blind. They can't see. I'm not being rude. That's the truth. They can't see because they're blind, so they can't see their dreams either. It's very simple actually if you think about it. If they have not seen anything in their entire life, what makes you think that they will see anything in their dreams? They can have auditory dreams, but they can't see anything in it. They only hear stuff. Why do people call buildings building if they're already finished building? That's simple. You add the suffix ing to the end of a verb to turn it into a noun. For example, if you follow a celebrity, the celebrity has a following. Thus, if you build something, it's called a building. It's pretty confusing because the building is being built, you building and building. Yeah, people confuse that stuff. You add ing to build and it becomes the noun building. Is a bottle of water still a bottle of water if it's empty? No. It's just a bottle. If you lose at losing, does that make you a loser? To everybody else, you're a winner, but to yourself, you're a loser. You suck. What if Stephen Hawking was a real Slim Shady, but we wouldn't know because he can't stand up? Contrary to popular belief, he can talk. Ask him. How do you hear yourself think? This is also pretty simple because the brain already knows what you sound like, so when you think, the brain thinks that you're talking. So it automatically lets only you hear what you're thinking about. Can deaf people hear themselves think? This is the same question as the question, can blind people dream? Deaf people can't hear themselves think because they've never heard anything in their entire life. They only see words floating around up there. So no, they can't hear themselves think. If it's called a sandwich, why is there no sand or wich? The sandwich is called a sandwich because the Earl of Sandwich is credited with the invention of the sandwich. Thus, he named it Sandwich. If you cut a hole in a net, it will have less holes. Not a question, but yeah, if you cut the thread between two holes, it becomes one hole and the net will have less holes than before. If I punch myself and it hurts, am I strong or am I weak?
You're a retard.
What if a snake starts eating itself? It's Ouroboros. See, snakes are cold-blooded animals. They rely on their environment to change their body temperature. But if they get too warm, they can't sweat and cool themselves down. So they become stressed and your brain tells them to eat. So they eat the only living thing that they can see, which is themselves. So they start eating themselves. And if it goes on for too long, they die. Yeah, it's pretty sad. Normally, if you put water on top of them, it will solve it. But if it goes for too long, you have to take them to a vet or they will die. If nothing is faster than the speed of light, how did the dark get here first? Darkness is the absence of light, so if there is no light, there will be darkness. Duh. Faded AF is faded AF backwards. Again, not a question, but yeah, it is the same backwards. Surprising. If a hot dog is cold, does it still count as a hot dog? If a pizza gets cold, is it still called a pizza? If an ice cream gets hot, is it still called an ice cream? Yes, because that's the name of it. You can't change the name. If a hot dog becomes cold, it becomes a cold hot dog. Why can I drink a drink but not food a food? Because the guy that said you eat a food did not say that you food a food. Thus, it is recorded in dictionaries as eating instead of fooding. But the guy that said you can drink a drink said you can drink a drink. Sounds so weird, drink a drink. Anyway, the guy that said you drink a drink said it joke. But people took it seriously and now it's drinking a drink but it's not fooding a food. If it takes a forge to make tools able to handle metal, to make new tools, How did they make the first tools? Interesting questions. They used stones. Haven't you heard of caveman stories, like they bashed everything with a rock and when it turned out to be something else, they'd be like, hoo, 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 hoo. Yeah, that's basically, that's accurate representation of what a caveman would do. But when they became a bit developed, they took pieces of sticks, took a stone, put it on top of the stick and tied it with vines to make like hammers and stuff. And they used that to make tools, advanced tools, and slowly they created new and better tools. How did they make the first diamond saws when they didn't even have diamonds to cut it? This is related to the previous question, and the answer is they bashed the diamond with a stone, took the pieces, melted it and put it on top of a saw, and then they turned it into a diamond saw to be able to cut diamonds. Yeah, it's pretty simple if you think about it. Everything has a melting or a boiling point, and the diamond has a melting point too. Even though it's pretty high, it does have a melting point. They melted the diamond, put it on top of a metal saw, and they turned it into a diamond saw to be able to cut diamonds. Why are fries called French fries when it was made in Belgium? The process of cutting a potato into little slices is called Frenching, and then you fry them to turn them into fries. So basically, French fry. French fries. It's just racist since white always goes first. Are you stupid to think that a game that was invented before the term racism existed is racist? Because yeah, you are. If you die in your sleep, where do you wake up? You wake up in limbo, where it's decided if you go to heaven or hell. Unless you're an atheist and your beliefs are different. If you die, you just die, you cease to exist. I mean, I'm not telling you to cease to exist, but if you die, you cease to exist, what I'm trying to say. This sentence is fake. Yeah, that's true. Oh. What happens if you die in the living room? You die. If I have Down syndrome, then what's Up syndrome? Down syndrome is when you have less chromosomes than you should have. And Up syndrome is when you have all the chromosomes which are required by your body. Thus, you are normal. If Pokemon can say their names, why isn't a cat called a meow? Well, let me tell you a story. Sit down, relax. Ages ago, an Egyptian man was walking across the Egyptian oasis when he stumbled upon a strange creature. He went up to the creature and said, "What is your name?" The creature responded by saying, "Meow." Yeah. The Egyptian guy discovered the first breed of cats and decided to name it Mao because of the sound it made when it asked it what its name was. Yeah, pretty funny. The first breed of cat ever discovered was a Pokemon. If Jesus can walk on water and babies are 75% water, if I walk on babies, am I Jesus? No, you're an idiot that killed babies by stepping on top of them, pretending that you were Jesus. What the hell? If nothing is impossible, is it possible to find something that is impossible? The phrase itself is incorrect. You see, there are a lot of things that are impossible. That you can imagine new stuff which will be impossible. Like I can say, farting out of your nose. You can't fart out of your nose. It's impossible. It's genetically impossible. So yeah, there's something that is impossible. The guy that said phrase that nothing is impossible said it wrong. There is always something impossible. If a midget smokes weed, does he get high or does he stay short? Now I know you're trying to be funny here, but that's pretty stupid. The midget stays short, but he gets high. If Pinocchio says my nose will now grow, what happens? Well, technically he didn't tell a lie, so his nose won't grow. But if his nose doesn't grow, that means he told a lie. But if his nose grows, that means he told the truth. But if his nose does not, his nose does not grow, that means he told a lie. But if his but It's a paradox. That's what it is. The answer contradicts itself. It's neither true or false. That's the answer. A paradox. Final question. Now hold on to your seats. Ooh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Oh, look at me. I am shaking right now. Grab your mathematics book to hit all the retards that come your way. Because, oh my god, this question. Are you ready for this? I'm not ready for this. Are you ready for this? Here it is. Does Mike Wazowski blink or does he wink? He blinks because he only has one eye to begin with. Boy! Anyway, that's going to sum it all up. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you the next time. a word of warning. On the internet, don't say anything stupid. Because if you do, I am telling you, you will be in the next episode of this one. Because if I do find more stupid stuff, I will do another episode. So yeah, keep this in mind. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.